have time. Going back to our beginning, we are the inheritors of this earth. And we must experience the same birth that our planet Earth did in her beginning. We must be birthed out of the darkness, the dark womb that kept us isolated, protected, and safe. We must birth ourselves a second time, like the Christed energy, to be elevated, to be put on high. Remember in the Mayan Ketan, too, a time of the end of the Word of God. Perhaps what they are really saying is so many speak of God, yet how many are unified by the power and understanding of God? Talk is cheap, but to live God, we must love all things which were created by God. This requires us to change our perception. In order to do this, we must now go within ourselves, explore our own depths, face our own fears, conquer isolation and separatism in order to reach true union, the union that can come only from within. When we unite ourselves to the God within ourselves, we must do it independent from others. No more leaders, no more followers, no more martyrs, no more victims. God was nothing but love, and we have destroyed so many with our intolerance of God, whether it be yours, mine, or someone else's. We have become so arrogant to think we own God and we own our earth. If we are going to achieve victory, then we, like in 2012, must enter the galactic cave, battle our demons, come out victorious, and be rebirthed. Will we be ready? Will we enter it without fear or trepidation? The entering of this cave, or underworld, as the Mayans say, is the sun entering the underworld to do battle with the demons, only to be victorious in the end. The battle, nonetheless, is fought within. We can't all run to caves to fight demons as the sun might. However, the cave is in our minds. It is where we will fight the greatest battles this lifetime. If we are to achieve union with our God, our galaxy, our earth family, and our star family in the greater heavens, then we must achieve union within ourselves. As the ancients once said, and I quote, "As above, so below. As within, so without." So we, like our sun, must go within, fight our inner battles, and come out of the darkness victorious. Just as our world was formed by dark matter, it broke through the darkness to join the other lights that also came to the realization that there is something greater than self. It did require an action. It required to go against the chaos, to restore the natural order, to bring it to balance and harmony, unifying it by a single focus. That focus being the love of all things, to feel and see the sacredness of being truly connected. If we are wise, we will hear the message. We will begin to take affirmative action. We will no longer say, "What can I do? Nothing changes. It doesn't matter." It may require us to get off our internets, couches, and TVs and reconnect to the earth and her inhabitants, to learn to love instead of criticize and judge, to reach out without cell phones or iPods hanging off our ears. Have we forgotten how to really listen? What would happen if for just an hour a day the whole world shut down, turned off? Could we hear the faint whisper of our earth asking us to awaken? As Bob Marley once said so eloquently, and I quote, "Rise from your sleepless slumber, wake up and live. Rise, you mighty people, there's work to be done, so let's do it a little by little. Or will you choose to continue to sleep, to continue to put off what needs to be done? It is up to you." Some may continue only to find in their arrogance that we have forgotten that there is an order to this universe, and an order to our earth. On our earth, there is a hierarchy and an effective connected chain of command. It begins with the mineral kingdom, then the plant or vegetable kingdom, then the animal kingdom, next the human kingdom, and last but not least, the spiritual kingdom, or better known as heaven on earth. Our arrogance has led us to believe that we are all that matters. We have forgotten that it is a continuum, that it is a beautiful, delicate circle of life. The other three kingdoms that we were given dominion over collapsed from our abuse. We will be next. The message has been delivered. Hopefully you will herald its prophetic warnings. We have been given the ability to change our future. We have within us everything we need to grow to become a part of the greater galactic picture. We also have the ability to destroy us in a single push of a button. We do not own our planet. She is a gift. We must learn to unite. Just living. Glad you could all make it today. You're doing your part. Enjoy the remainder of the Conscious Life Expo.
Thank you, Dana.
This has been a public service announcement.
Thank you, Sean.
You're welcome, Betty.
Our next speaker has been doing a lot of traveling recently and has a great deal to share with us about insights not only from his spiritual experiences in the past, but in the last several years, which I think will be very relevant to what's happening in 2012 and what he would like to talk to us about today. It is my pleasure to introduce Danian Brinkley.
Go, baby. Sit down, big dog.
You'll get your turn too, Sean.
What? We love Sean. Okay, everybody. I could never be as eloquent as that. That was fabulous. But here's where I come from. In 1968, I went to the Mexico City Olympics to see Jimmy Hines run the 100-yard dash because I grew up as a power sprinter. He was the fastest man on earth, and I decided to skip school, lie to my parents, and go to Mexico. I saw Hines run the 100. I saw the expression in his face as he sprinted to the fastest 100-yard dash until that day ever run. And after that, the people I was with, they decided to go to a place called Teo. And I didn't care. It was some ruin, some pile of rocks some Mexicans had built, you know, and so, okay, I'd go see it. So I rode out in the car, and I got out. It was the most magnificently constructed building and city, laid out city and plaza you could imagine. That was 39 years ago. I've been going to Central America and South America, and any place they have a story of ancient history or an ancient culture, now for 39 years. Because I was so amazed at what I saw in Mesoamerica. Do you realize that 2 hours from Houston and getting off of a plane and getting on a bus, you will wipe from the face of the earth everything you've ever believed that Western culture was the source of our original civilization. It is gone in one day. Be brave enough to take a bus tour, plane, and go there. I just came back from 10 days in the jungle, going to every site, and the sites that I haven't seen, I'm now at 54 sites: Aztec, Toltec, Mayan, Sabutotec, and Olmec, Incan. And I'd like to tell you this, guys.
Got to crouch up on the mic a little bit.
I'd like to tell you this. Believe or not, that there was a civilization that existed 3,114 years ago. And whether they could build cities that could house 1 million people. The one in Guatemala is twice the size of Los Angeles. It's laid out meticulously in urban planning. It has structures larger than the Giza Plateau, and it was built in 2600 BC. That's the same time they were building the pyramids at Giza. That's 4,600 years ago, everybody. There was a culture who could plot the planets, who understood the stars, who would build cities for an event 800 years into the future with such precision that as you look at it today on fixation of Venus, you cannot comprehend how in the world could they have done this when all they had was jade, stone tools, and courage. No wheel, no metal, and exact precision understanding the solar movement of our galaxy through the precession of the equinox, moving through the constellation. is no doubt that they understood that 26,000 years